Zeus and the gift of the sky, a tale of strength, wisdom, and caring for all. The boy on the mountain. Long, long ago, high above the clouds, there stood a mountain so tall its peak touched the stars. It was called Mount Olympus. And on its golden summit lived the gods, beings of great power who watched over the world below. Among them, the greatest was Zeus. He had grown up on a quiet island, raised by gentle nymphs who taught him to listen before he spoke, and to think before he acted. Even as a young god, Zeus felt a deep love for the world, its rivers and forests, its creatures, and most of all, its people. When Zeus became king of Olympus, he did not rule with fear. He ruled with wisdom. He gathered all the gods around him, Poseidon, Athena, Apollo, Artemis, Hermes, and many more, as one great family. He called himself their father, not because he was the oldest, but because he cared for each one of them. And the people of the earth? He watched over them too, like a kind shepherd watches over his flock. He sent rain to help their crops grow, light to guide them through the dark, and the warm wind of spring after every long winter. A strong leader, Zeus would say, is not the one who shouts the loudest, but the one who listens the most. Zeus carried two great symbols. The first was his thunderbolt, a bolt of lightning, bright as a star, forged by the skilled hands of Hephaestus the craftsman. Zeus never used it to bully or frighten. He used it to shine light into darkness, to speak when the world needed to hear truth. The second was his eagle, a magnificent bird that soared higher than any other creature. The eagle was Zeus's eyes, flying over mountains and oceans, making sure that kindness and fairness reached every corner of the earth. Zeus made 3 promises to the world, and he kept them every single day. First, he promised to protect the weak, travelers far from home, strangers in new lands, anyone who needed a friend. Zeus believed that a truly strong person always helps those who cannot help themselves. Second, he promised to honor every honest word. An oath spoken under the open sky, he said, is heard by the heavens. Words matter. Promises matter. Third, he promised to keep the world in order, not a cold, rigid order, but a living, breathing balance where every creature, every river, every season had its place and purpose. What made Zeus truly great was not his power, it was that he never stopped growing. He listened to wise Athena, his daughter, who taught him that knowledge is mightier than thunder. He watched patient Demeter tend to the earth and learned that care and patience bring more reward than force ever could. And every morning, from the highest peak of Olympus, Zeus would look out at the wide, beautiful world he loved, and feel grateful. Not for his throne, not for his crown, but for every single person and creature he was trusted to protect. And so the sky above us, wide and endless, is still watched over by Zeus, a reminder that strength, wisdom, and kindness together are the greatest power of all.